Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the online session for our subject Biology for Engineering. In our last session, we were discussing Unit 2 Biodiversity. We have discussed the topics related to Unit 2. We shall continue with our topics what are left in our Unit 2 Biodiversity. The topic what we will be discussing in today's session is photosynthesis. We'll discuss the process of photosynthesis in our today's session. Photosynthesis. Here photo means light and synthesis is to join. So photosynthesis, it's a process which is performed by green plants. Green plants will contain the chlorophyll. We have discussed about the chloroplast, the cell organelle which is present in the leaves of the plants, in the mesophyll cells of the leaves of the plants will be present a cell organelle called chloroplast. Chloroplast will contain a pigment called chlorophyll. That pigment will help in the synthesis of photosynthesis in the green plants. In the cell organelles, we have discussed in Unit 1 the structure of chloroplast. Even I asked you to draw the diagram of chloroplast. So chloroplast present in the mesophyll cells of the leaves in the plants will help in the process of photosynthesis. They'll use the sunlight, they'll use energy from the sun. Solar energy will be used to synthesize their own food from carbon dioxide and water. So it's a natural process which is releasing oxygen into the atmosphere, and this oxygen released by the plants into the atmosphere will be used by all the living forms. Why we use oxygen? For the process of respiration. So oxygen released during this process of photosynthesis will be used by all the living organisms for performing the process of respiration. So in photosynthesis, solar energy, the usage of which form of energy here? The sunlight to synthesize their own food. The plants are using carbon dioxide and water to produce glucose and oxygen. Glucose in the form of sugars will be produced by the process of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is using the light energy, and that light energy is converted into chemical energy in the form of sugar. Which sugar here? Glucose. And in this process, light energy is helping to synthesize the glucose molecules by using water and carbon dioxide, and oxygen will be released, and this oxygen will be used by all the living organisms for performing the process of breathing, nothing but the respiration. So this is the equation of photosynthesis. 6 carbon dioxide molecules will be used, and 6 water molecules. 6 carbon dioxide molecules and 6 water molecules in the presence of sunlight. They are synthesizing the glucose molecules, which is nothing but the sugars, and 6 molecules of oxygen will be released as a byproduct. This is the equation of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, here it is using the light energy, and that light energy is converted into chemical energy. Only the green plants have the ability to utilize the sunlight. So all the animals, including the human beings, we are dependent directly or indirectly on the green plants for our survival. Glucose, here it is a carbohydrate. So carbohydrates are produced during this process of photosynthesis, which can be converted or transformed into different proteins, nucleic acids, lipids by living organisms. This is the Kelvin cycle. Photosynthesis is occurring in the presence of sunlight. So photosynthesis is occurring in leaves. In the leaves we also have stomata, small pores, which will help in exchange of gases. That is, carbon dioxide will be used and oxygen will be diffused out by the help of the small pores which are present on the leaves of the plants. That small pores we are calling it as stomata. So mainly the leaves are the places which is performing this process of photosynthesis, and in the leaves will have the cells called mesophyll cells, and that mesophyll cells will contain the chloroplast. Chloroplast cell organelle will perform the process of photosynthesis. In the chloroplast, the structure we have seen, the diagram of chloroplast we have discussed in our previous classes. In the chloroplast, we will have this disc-like structures. These disc-like structures are called thylakoids. We have discussed this arrangement of disc-like structures are thylakoids. Here you can see thylakoid is present in the chloroplast, in the mesophyll cells of the leaf. These are arranged one above the other. Thylakoids, this stalk or piles or coin-like structures which are arranged one above the other is nothing but the thylakoids, which are present inside the chloroplast in the leaves. And this arrangement of this disc-like structure one above the other, this thylakoid, we are calling it as granum. Granum is this thylakoids which is present in chloroplast in the leaves. This thylakoid only will contain the green pigment called chlorophyll that is absorbing the light. See here, light, it is getting absorbed here. Light is absorbed by the membranes of the thylakoid because of the presence of the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is absorbing the light which is present in the thylakoids here. Different chemical reactions will take place in the different parts of the chloroplast. The reactions what is taking place is shown here in the diagram. The Calvin cycle here will take place in the stroma. Stroma is the fluid present in the chloroplast in the leaves, and it is using the ATP. Here you can see this part is the Calvin cycle, this is the light dependent reactions. Calvin cycle will takes place in the stroma, and it is taking the ATP produced during the reactions which is taking place in the presence of light. This side is absorbing light, and all that it is occurring in the presence of light. So we are calling it as light dependent reactions. And in the Calvin cycle will takes the ATP produced during light dependent reactions, and it is fixing the carbon dioxide, and it is producing the 3 carbon sugar, that is G3P. It is a 3 carbon sugar. G3P here is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate or G3P molecule is a 3 carbon sugar which will be converted finally into the glucose or the sugars which is produced at the end of the process of photosynthesis. So here light dependent reactions, it is absorbing the light and store it temporarily, and this ATP, full form of ATP here is adenosine triphosphate. ATP. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. ADP is adenosine diphosphate. T is tri, D is di. ATP and ADP are the energy giving molecules. ATP and ADP will give the energy. NADPH. The full form of NADPH is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide hydrogen phosphate. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide hydrogen phosphate. NADPH will also provide the energy like ATP. ATP and NADPH produced on the stroma side of the thylakoid membrane. They are used in the Calvin cycle. The Calvin cycle will use as the ATP and NADPH, the energy molecules, and converts the ATP to ADP to phosphate. Pi is phosphate here. And carbon dioxide will be utilized during the process of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide will be utilized and oxygen will be released by the end of photosynthesis. So Calvin cycle, we can also call it as light independent reactions because it is taking the energy in the form of ATP produced during the reactions which is occurring in the presence of light. Next process what we have in our syllabus is nitrogen fixation or biological nitrogen fixation. See this biological nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen is very important for the growth and development of all the living organisms. Nitrogen is the important nutrient which should be taken by all the living organisms for their growth and development. So nitrogen is present abundantly in the air, but in the nitrogen there exists a triple bond. N2 here, two nitrogen atoms will be joined by a strong triple covalent bond. The two nitrogen atoms will be joined by a covalent bond, strong covalent bond, which cannot be easily broken by the living organisms, and utilize this nitrogen which is present abundantly in the atmosphere. So, but some microorganisms will have the capacity to utilize this nitrogen and convert it into useful form by the living organisms for their growth and development. So this process of conversion of nitrogen to ammonia, the process of conversion of nitrogen to ammonia, the useful form which can be easily taken up by the living organisms for their growth and development. So nitrogen will be converted to ammonia in the process of nitrogen fixation. So process of conversion of N2 to N2 nitrogen to ammonia is termed as nitrogen fixation. As this nitrogen fixation is performed by microbes, we are also calling them as nitrogen fixers. Microbes is performing this process of nitrogen fixation. That's why we are calling it as biological nitrogen fixation, because the living organism, microorganisms, are also the living organism which is performing this process of nitrogen fixation. So that's why we are calling it as biological nitrogen fixation. Which microorganisms are performing this process of photosynthesis? Sorry. Which microorganism is performing this process of nitrogen fixation is the prokaryotes. Prokaryotic species are performing this process of biological nitrogen fixation, nothing but conversion of nitrogen to ammonia. Nitrogen will be converted to ammonia by the microbes. Which microbes? Prokaryotes. Example of prokaryotes, we can take bacteria. We have discussed in our previous sessions. The structure of prokaryotic cell we have discussed. Which enzyme is helping in this process is nitrogenase. The enzyme here which is helping in the process is nitrogenase, which is capable of reducing the nitrogen to ammonia. The enzyme nitrogenase, which is present in the bacteria, is helping in the process of biological nitrogen fixation. So what is nitrogen fixation? Conversion of nitrogen to ammonia. The process of conversion of nitrogen to ammonia, as nitrogen is having a strong bond between them which cannot be easily broken by the living organisms, but some microorganisms has the capacity to break this bond, because microorganisms is having this enzyme nitrogenase. This enzyme nitrogenase is helping in conversion of nitrogen to ammonia. Then the living organisms can utilize this ammonia for their growth and development. This is the process of nitrogen fixation, nodule formation. Nodule will be formed in the process of this nitrogen fixation. Nodule formation involves this interactions between bacteria and roots of the plant. This root hairs of the plants and bacteria is undergoing some interactions produce the nodule, which is helping in nitrogen fixation. This bacteria is present surrounding the roots, which is performing the process of biological nitrogen fixation. Bacteria present in the surrounding of the roots will get attracted and this is a soil particles present in the surroundings of the roots of the plant. The root hairs here you can see it is showing curling. The root hair will curl and this curling of the root hair, we are calling it as hook, and bacteria will get attracted near this root hair and then bacteria is coming near the root hair for entering into the root hair, because bacteria will get attracted here by the presence of the sugars and the amino acids which is released by the roots, and they get attracted to the root hair cells for entering inside the root hairs. Here you can see they are entering, bacteria is entering inside the root hair. This is nothing but the infection thread containing bacteria. Infection thread containing bacteria. It is having the bacteria inside the root hair. So bacteria is entering into the inner cortex and pericycle cell under division, and it is producing this nodule. This nodule will be the cells which will perform the specialized nitrogen fixing cells. The nodule will have the specialized nitrogen fixing cells which will fix the nitrogen present in the atmosphere, and it will provide to the plant. So bacteria is converting the nitrogen which is present in the air into ammonia, because they will have an enzyme called nitrogenase. Then plants can use this nitrogen for their growth and development. Rhizobium is the bacteria, name of the bacteria which is entering into this root hair of the plants. After entering, it is converting the nitrogen to ammonia, the useful form, so that the plant can use this ammonia for their growth and development, which is important for the plants. So nodule will finally contains all the necessary components for conversion of the atmospheric nitrogen to ammonia. Then ammonia can be used easily used by the plants. This is about the nitrogen fixation process, biological nitrogen fixation process. We are calling it as biological because it is performed by the living organisms, that is bacteria. Which bacteria we are talking about here? Rhizobium is the name of the bacteria which is performing this process of biological nitrogen fixation. So in today's session we have seen the topics related to unit 2, that is photosynthesis. The process of photosynthesis we have discussed, and we have discussed about the nitrogen fixation. We shall continue with the next topic of unit 2 in our next session.